For about 6.5 years, I was a financial counselor for the Air Force, and it was a job that I loved. The Air Force would pay me to speak to people every single week and talk about finances. It's a very personal topic, which is one of the reasons why I created this channel a long time ago, 4 years ago. And I love listening to people speak about finances, whether it's face-to-face, whether it is on the radio, whether it's on TV. It's a topic that I love. It's a topic that I'm passionate about. One of the individuals that I like to listen to whenever I have an opportunity is Dave Ramsey. Now, when I got out of debt, I didn't know who Dave Ramsey was. It just so happens that what he teaches is basically the way my wife and I did it. And the title of this video is Baby Step Number 2. If you're not familiar with Dave Ramsey, I'm going to put his link for his YouTube at the bottom of this video. But I want to focus specifically on baby step number 2, which is pay off all your debt using the snowball effect. And the reason I want to talk about this is because when I listen to his radio show, whether it's on YouTube or the radio, the majority of the calls are, we just saved $1,000, our emergency fund of $1,000. Now we want to focus on the debt. And that is what I love talking about, how to get out of debt. That's my specialty. I can do it every single day because I did it. I did it with my wife back in 1996, 1997, and we've been out of debt. And this past week, somebody called in and said, hey, I think she said, I have 33 or 35. I didn't hear it right. Credit cards. Whether it's 33 or 35, that is insanity. That's crazy, but it happens. Maybe not that often, but it does happen. 33 credit cards. And they had about $120,000 or so in student loans, and they had a mortgage. And it's overwhelming. That is debt. I don't even know how people can sleep with that much debt. I'll take it a step further and say I think 4 credit cards is too many. But that's just preference. That's just me. That doesn't mean that I'm right. It doesn't mean that I'm wrong. All of us are different. It's what do we want to do in life? And the reason I'm going to focus on baby step number 2, which is getting out of debt, is because, like I said, I love doing that, and I've done it where I was in debt. And I had a conversation with my wife last night about this topic. And when we got married in 1996, I had debt, she had debt. And I asked her, do you know how much debt we had combined or individually? And the answer is I had $1,000 or so, right around there, and she had $1,000. And it just seemed like it was a lot. And it was for us because we were broke 2 days, 3 days after getting paid on the 1st and getting paid on the 15th of the month. But we got out of debt. And that's what I want to do, is motivate somebody who's watching this video to get out of debt. You can do it. But you have to have a plan. You have to have a vision. You have to stay motivated. You have to have a budget. You have to make adjustments. The list goes on and on. And to me, that is fun. When I just had 4 accounts of debt, and now I got rid of one, and now I have 3. That motivates me. That's why Dave Ramsey says focus on the one with the smallest balance. Let's say you have 3 accounts. One is 300, one is 7,000, and one is 4,000. If you focus on the one with 300 and get rid of that, that should motivate you. Now you have 2 accounts as opposed to 3. That's exactly what we did in the late 90s. And then you have to, first of all, like I said, stay motivated. Then you have to focus on the other 2 bills. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I love my old 2001 Saturn. My car, it's a jalopy. It takes me to work, brings me back. We paid $3,000 for that car, and it lasted 3 years, 4 months, because on Friday, a few days ago, it's done. So now I'm going to sell that car, basically to a mechanic who wants to fix it, because it's still a good car, but I've already put money into it, and we actually replaced that car already. Why did I bring up the car? Here's why. The reason is because whatever it is that we want to do, we can do it, but it goes back to having that vision And the reason I loved that car is because it would take me everywhere and it was cheap and I wasn't spending money on a vehicle, a monthly payment. Whatever your situation is financially with debt, you can get out of that debt. You have to have, like I said, vision, plan, budget, and so forth. You have to stay motivated, and then you have to make those adjustments. What do I have that I don't need, want, or use that I can sell? For example, that Saturn for $500. And what am I going to do with that $500 when I sell it? Because it's so easy to sell stuff. Maybe it is taking a part-time job to make extra money for you. I did that when I was 24. I used to pick up garbage around the apartment complex, and that would reduce our rent. They wouldn't pay me, but they would reduce our rent back in 1996, 97. So our rent was $5.95. And if I worked, let's say, 10 hours, and they would reduce $100, it would be $4.95. That would motivate me. I had a part-time job as well in retail, and that is, I make this video specifically baby step number 2, because if you get out of debt, you can enjoy the beautiful peacefulness of life, where you can do whatever it is that you want to do, whether it's travel, whether it's give to someone else, whether it's just live a debt-free life. And it is possible, but you have to do it for yourself. Nobody else can do it for you. If you're married, the number one thing before taking action is communicating with your husband or with your wife and saying, how are we going to do this? What are we going to do when we disagree? Because yes, I've disagreed with my wife and she's disagreed with me in the past about our finances. But you have to communicate and you make those adjustments. If you're single, make it happen. If you're single without any debt, don't get into debt. Especially because the young people would ask me sometimes, how do I build up my credit score? Well, you have time to do that, but don't get in debt to build up your credit score. Now, if you're watching this video and you have debt, you can do exactly what it is that you want to do. Going back to the Dave Ramsey show, when people will call and say, I have this and that, all their scenarios, you can actually watch it on his channel on YouTube. Again, the link will be below. Is something that I have a passion for, which is to help individuals, especially the ones near me. If I'm at work and somebody asks a question, hey, can you send me that budget via email? Or what would you do about this and that? And then I just start giving them information. And I have nothing to gain, nothing to lose, but I do have the benefit of seeing people succeed with their finances. It has to be something that they want to do and that only they can do for themselves. So whatever situation you're in, if you do have debt, whether it's $1,000 or $100,000, you have to take action and believe in yourself and stay motivated and make it happen. Make those adjustments, celebrate the victories as they come, and deal with the challenges as well, because life does happen to all of us, not just to people in debt, but to all of us. The worst thing that I wanted was to get stuck on the highway somewhere between home and work, 82 miles away, and have to tow that car. So I was like, nope, it's time to let it go. Hopefully this is very helpful. If you do have questions, you can write the question below, or you can send me an email. It's yourmilitarymoney@gmail.com. Or reach out to someone that you look up to in your community that can help you. I'm always here. I do this because I have that passion of interacting with people and helping others as well. So hopefully you found this beneficial. Let me go over the baby steps. Dave Ramsey, number 1, $1,000 to start an emergency fund. Baby step number 2, pay off all your debt. It may take some time, it's okay. Baby step 3, now 3 to 6 months expenses in savings. So at that point, you start to increase your emergency fund, which is good. Baby step number 4 is invest 15% of your income into a Roth IRA. And I had a conversation with my daughter within the last month, and she started her Roth IRA. She's now 20 years old. Baby step number 5, college funding for children, because that day will come. Baby step number 6, pay off your home early. And baby step number 7, build wealth and give. hopefully you've enjoyed this. Have a great day.